One of the great lessons that I've learned over the last 10 years, having started Vandalist back in 2015, probably even the previous sort of 12 or 15 years before that as an employee, was that, or is that, I'm not good at everything. And this came as a bit of a shock, because I've always found that when I put my mind to something and was motivated enough to learn, it wasn't difficult for me to become competent at something. But the problem with that mentality is that just because you can be doing something or you could be doing a particular task doesn't mean that it's the most efficient or productive way for that task to be executed. Now, for a long time, particularly at the beginning of this operation, there were tasks that I was performing that I could do fine, but they certainly weren't done particularly well. And because I wasn't an expert, it took me way longer than it would have if I had had an expert doing them. And consequently, then took me away from other tasks I should have been doing. Thankfully, I had people around me who were able to point this out. And even though there is a hard cost with fixing that solution, that is to bring in experts to be able to perform these tasks, what it does do is it gives us the freedom to continue to build, whether it's our business, a project, or ourselves personally, because we're free to be able to work on and consistently improve what it is that we want to improve, rather than becoming competent in a whole bunch of stuff that probably isn't that important to our overall objectives or goals. And so I guess whilst it was a little disconcerting to come to the conclusion that unfortunately I'm not super talented at everything, and to the point where there's probably only a handful of things that I am super talented at, it actually freed up a lot of time to be able to concentrate more on what I needed to be doing, but also make decisions much faster when it comes to other roadblocks within the business or a project or a campaign or whatever it was, knowing that that's not my realm, that's not my domain, somebody else needs to sort that out, that's not a me problem, I don't have the skills, let's get that done. And that allows me to be consistent with my performance, as well as making sure that there are fewer peaks and troughs within the business, because experts are solving problems that they're suited to, rather than having somebody trying to DIY a solution when they just aren't the person for that role. Thank you for watching. Keep an eye on our social media channels for more marketing tips and observations.